Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FIZ show. My name is Clarence Chongo, representing Financial Insight. We're here at Ciela Resort. It's been a conference day for the PPDF, Public-Private Dialogue Forum. And it's a day that has been called Private Sector Day. I'm sitting here with Dr. Pius Kasolo, who is the Director for Strategy at Africa GreenCo. Yeah. Dr. Kasolo, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for welcoming me.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Africa GreenCo and the GreenCo organization, what that company is up to, what your objectives are.
GreenCo is a power aggregator, so basically we get power, we source power and sell it to whoever wants to get. Mm-hmm. And that's our model. And our model is based on that we sign an off-take agreement with you. Mm-hmm. You don't need to go and ask the government to stand surety for your loan. Mm-hmm. Instead, our off-take will be the surety you get from us. Mm-hmm. So we've got the backup funds for that. Okay. And so we've just done a big deal which was signed by our CEO in Dubai
at a week ago. COP28.
Yes. Uh-huh. Which with Ilute Energy in Western Province. Mm-hmm. That's a 30 megawatt solar power station. And this will be the first example in Zambia where a company doesn't borrow money mm-hmm. and gets the government to stand surety for it or guarantee mm-hmm. for it. So they've done, they've used the GreenCo to borrow, and we are going to guarantee the offtake. Mm-hmm. So it's one of the first deals that has done, and with that we had, of course, ZESCO mm-hmm. has to be part and integral of that deal, and we thank the engineer Mapani for really pushing that to happen. So this has happened, and to be the first example in Zambia. Mm-hmm. And if it works, then we're going to have many more the private companies that will be basically getting their business based on the model of GreenCo. Mm-hmm.
So Africa GreenCo has a foothold in a number of African countries, Zambia being one of them, yeah. And I think in Zambia it's called GreenCo Power Services Limited. Can you just talk to us about what you're doing around the region?
What the founders of GreenCo, Mr. Anna Ajuka and group from the UK, they came to Zambia a few years ago, about four or 5 years ago, to establish this company. Okay. And I had met him earlier. I met them when in London, and they talked about the process of that time. I was the CEO for ZCCM. Okay. And they came here and they started the company, and they asked me to be their director and for strategy. Mm-hmm. So what we've done is that it's registered in Zambia, like I've just explained. Yes. We've done a deal now with Ilute Energy. But we have also registered in Zimbabwe. Mm-hmm. We are in I think South Africa. We are in Namibia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have expanded those countries. Mm-hmm. In fact, in South Africa, we've got a big deal coming on, which will be announced. We signed 85 megawatt solar power station, which is an offtake, but will be the offtake of this power station. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And obviously, in recent weeks, I think GreenCo has been very active in signing these deals. Yeah. I think there was an earlier one before COP28. There was another signing directly with ZESCO.
Yeah, we did the signing. That was the contract with ZESCO, because as you know, ZESCO owns all the infrastructure in Zambia. Yeah. So whatever you want to do, because we are members of the SAP, that's Southern African Power Pool. Mm-hmm. So we use the infrastructure of all the service providers for energy in Central Africa. Mm-hmm. So what has happened is that ZESCO controls all basically owns the infrastructure in Zambia. Mm-hmm. So we use the infrastructure to transmit our electrons over the infrastructure of ZESCO, and we need that permission to do that, and that's what we signed with ZESCO, so that we can use we call it wheeling. So we wheel the electrons on their infrastructure.
So GreenCo, it sounds very green. Perhaps if you could articulate what that name embodies.
They say GreenCo, all the energy we trade in. Is renewable energy.
Absolutely.
We don't do data energy. We don't do coal. We do the renewable energy. We can do solar. We do we can do hydrothermal. We can do wind, but we don't do fuel like gasoline or
biofuels.
No, we just do renewable energy.
Absolutely.
That's why we call it GreenCo.
I see.
So that's the name where it comes from. Yes.
And obviously you are engaging with the likes of ZESCO and signing these power purchase agreements, wheeling agreements, etc., etc., puts you quite central with the concept of public-private partnerships and collaborations. So I can see that a vehicle like PPDF, the conference for which we've been here today, is something that you are actively involved and engaged.
We are there. In fact, we are one of the sponsors as well. We are partly sponsor for this meeting.
Okay. And
we've been very integral part of the renewable energy on the sector of PPD. And yes, we are so excited, and it was really exciting to hear what the president talked about the energy and how he wanted everything to happen quick. He doesn't want the bottlenecks, and that's one of the biggest things we had was the bottlenecks. Slow, everything had to go through about 10 different departments and whatever. But now the president wants that thing to be split. So we are also very excited for what he said, and and he's basically saying he's a marketer for us. So if he's a marketer for us, basically what will happen is that when he goes to Zimbabwe, when he goes to South Africa, with so much shortage of energy, he'll be able to open us those markets. That's basically what we're so excited about his pronouncements today.
So the PPD and PPDF, that's, ladies and gentlemen, public-private dialogue and public-private dialogue forum. This is an initiative that the president is championing. I believe it comes directly under his office. So what has excited you about that?
Basically, what has happened is that before, we had most of the countries in Africa, the government stands alone and the business stands alone. There's that suspicious thing about the relationship. I can't work with the private because I'm government, and the private cannot work with government. Or if I work with government, they'll think I'm bribing them.
Absolutely.
So what the president has come with really what is championing, which is really excited to ask people in business, is that he's saying, no, we are one and we are one.
Absolutely.
Because whatever we do together, we develop the country. So for example, we're talking about energy. If ZESCO just said we are ZESCO, we don't want to do anything with GreenCo, there's no way we could have been even members of the SAP, the Southern African Power Pool. ZESCO basically was an integral part of us. They supported us to be members. So that's one of the things. And again, ZESCO again agreed. Engineer Mapani came and said, no, I'll sign that, you can use my lines. So imagine if Engineer Mapani said, no, we are government, won't allow it. So everything we've done couldn't have happened. So that's the thing the president has brought with, for example, he talked about agriculture, talked about infrastructure, all that stuff between the private and government. Government is an enabler.
Absolutely.
Okay, and the business, if an enabler tells you, we have given you power, you can build a road, you can do this, private company will come and do that. If an enabler says you can come and put up a factory to make to grind meal and whatever, you are going to do it. But if the enabler says no, you can't, there's so many restrictions. That's what has been in the past. But now the president has come and said, no, listen, we are going to be enablers. We'll be partners with you.
Yeah.
And that's what was really exciting. And you could have heard it today how everybody was so excited about it when he mentioned that you support the private partnership with,
So those barriers had to come down.
They have to come down.
Yeah.
For us to develop this country,
Yes.
those barriers have to come down.
Yeah.
Have you seen now there's, like for example, tourism, he has removed a number of visas. And he says it's going to increase more.
Yes.
There will be a time maybe there will be no one coming to need visas to come to Zambia.
Yes.
You get a visa at the airport. Just imagine how many tourists will be coming to Zambia.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's one of those things you're saying. And he challenged us 3 things. One, he says, why don't you do business between each other? Okay? Why should we import police uniforms? Okay? Why do we allow foreign companies coming in Zambia without partnering with them? And he says, he has told them, any company that comes to Zambia has to partner with the Zambian company. And I think that's a new thing in Zambia. It's a new, something nice to hear from head of state.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because the good thing is he's a businessman and he knows how do we improve business.
Yeah.
And that's what he has done. We're really excited, very excited.
Okay. So your portfolio at Africa GreenCo is strategy. You're the director of strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking forward, perhaps through 2024 and further, what can we expect from Africa GreenCo?
GreenCo, we're looking at signing more deals with the guys who are going to set up the solar power stations, the hydrothermal power stations. They will see that the model works because we've done this with Ilute. So I think the sky is the limit for us this coming year. And you can see in South Africa we've signed the contracts there. In Zimbabwe we've signed the contract. In Namibia we've signed the contract. So all these people, immediately we sign more purchase agreements, power purchase agreements with suppliers. We'll be able to supply energy or transmit energy to these countries, whoever wants it. And the DRC is a big market. They need energy. So whatever we do, we've got so much market to supply.
So do you envision we've got enough capacity to satisfy the demand locally and then export?
It will take a long time to satisfy the market.
Yeah.
As you know, Zambia, only 23% is electrified. So for us to be self-sufficient, we need another 77% to do that. Zimbabwe, they're also going through difficult patterns. South Africa, as you know, there's so much load shedding, so they need energy. So whatever energy I think we're going to produce in Zambia will be sold to these entities.
Okay. Well, it's been exciting to have you here, Dr. Kasolo, and thank you for sharing your thoughts and insights about Africa GreenCo and the energy market in particular. And thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
And thank you for inviting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been the FIZ show here at Ciela Resort, PPDF, and Private Sector Day. My name is Clarence Chongo for Financial Insight. This is the FIZ show. Get to know.